All right, so I came across this here. I'm going to put up in just a second, but it's Rosie O'Donnell giving her thoughts about the previous election, and she thinks there's some type of foul play that should be investigated. She thinks that Elon helped Trump steal the election. Now, I will say that if you consider or count him giving him that money, then yeah, he helped him win that way. But in terms of like him actually physically stealing the election, I haven't seen any evidence of that. So I don't get into conspiracy theories. I'm not like the right wingers who believe that the 2020 election was stolen based on no evidence or based on these crazy fucking theories. So I'm not gonna get into that this time when my side loses. So I'm gonna go ahead and put up what she has to say, and I'm gonna respond to some of the things that she's saying. I can operate my equipment properly.
Their right to do that in their opinion of him?
Well, I respect their right to do that. I question why the first time in American history a president has won every swing state.
Not right there. So she just said something that's fucking false. She said for the first time in American history, a president has won every swing state. In my lifetime, I wasn't old enough to remember this, but it happened in my lifetime. When Ronald Reagan won, he won 49 states out of 50. That includes all of the swing states. The only state that he lost was Minnesota, which was the home state of his opponent. So she's already out the gate saying things that are not true. So again, I'm more left of center. I've stated in a previous video, I consider myself a progressive libertarian. But what I don't do is run with narratives that don't make fucking sense factually. And what I don't do is go along with bullshit. So far, she stated something. I don't know if this is ignorance or she really like, I don't know if she doesn't know this or she knows it, but it's part of a narrative that she's building. So she has to say that. I don't know.
And is also best friends, and his largest donor was a man who owns and runs the internet.
Another thing she said, now I don't know if this is exaggeration on her part or hyperbole on her part, or if she really believes that Elon Musk owns the internet. He does not. He owns Starlink, which is an internet service provider. I don't know if the voting machines were connected to that. So maybe if she was making an argument that, hey, his friend owns Starlink, and in this state, in this state, in this state, the machines were connected to Starlink. If that's her argument, then that would make more sense. But that's not what she said. So I can't make up what she said. I can only go off of what she's actually saying out her mouth. He does not own the internet.
I would hope that that would be investigated and that we would see whether or not it was an anomaly or something else that happened on election night in America when Kamala Harris was filling up stadiums with people who supported her. And
all right. She just said another thing that's kind of stupid. So this was quite similar to Trump in 2020 when he lost, and he and his supporters pointed out that they were having these big rallies and Joe Biden was hiding in the basement. Okay. There was a such thing called COVID, if you guys remember, and Trump actually himself ended up contracting COVID and got very sick. So the rallies weren't a good idea. They weren't smart to have. So I don't think a rally is a mechanism to judge who's winning. If you think back to the 2016 primary with Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders were having these huge rallies, but when it came down to the voting, he didn't win. So I think it's other factors that played in rally sizes, man. Like who's actually motivated to show up and vote. I think that's what's more important. I think in the case of Trump the last time around, I don't think the rallies will be an indicator of anything, because I think when you're somebody like Trump who is well known and people know they're gonna vote for you, like why the fuck do I need to show up to the rally when I know I'm gonna vote for this motherfucker? So I don't think that's a good measurement to gauge anything.
Donald Trump was not able to do that. So it's curious to me. And as an American and a believer in democracy, I would hope that we would be able to look at all of the reasons why this happened in our country.
That's their right to do.
Right. So she made a conclusion that she said that this happened. So in other words, she's concluding that the election was actually stolen. But again, you cannot build a house on a shaky foundation. So her foundation was a number of things that were not true. She said that Elon Musk owns the internet. That's not true. She said that never in American history has a president won all swing states. And I pointed out in my lifetime, I'm 44 years old, that Ronald Reagan actually won 49 states. And if you go even further back, there's other examples of that. I'm just saying within my lifetime. So already her foundation is very fucking shaky. So the conclusion that she's drawing is based on false assumptions. So yeah, we got to do better. Like I said, when Trump lost, I thought he lost fair and square. 60 courts, including people that he appointed to the courts, thought that he lost. His own his own attorney general, Bill Barr, stated that there was no evidence of fraud, and that's who would be doing the investigation that would determine that. Also, his Homeland Security Secretary, I can't remember his name, said it was the safest election that we've had. So I just cannot jump out the window and get behind shit if there's no actual tangible facts to support that. So yeah, that's what that is. Let me know what you think in the comments.